Good evening, viewers. Welcome to the news. Before we begin, a quick look at the headlines. NEHU tightens campus safety after hit and run. Speed limit helmets, new lighting enforced. COMSO demand immediate Not to Safety Act amendment, cites ILP vacuum. All Jaintia Contractors and Suppliers Association demands Rs 700 crore pending JJM bill since 2019. And Prime Minister Narendra Modi hosts Indian blind women's cricket team after historic T20 World Cup win. Firstly, the local news in detail. Northeastern Hills University has stepped up security across its campus after 2 students were hit by a car allegedly driven by an intoxicated security guard near gate number 2. The university has enforced a 30 km/h speed limit, made helmets mandatory, installed new caution signboards, and ordered rubberized speed breakers for immediate placement. NEHU Chief Engineer Lening Barre said permanent speed breakers fall under CPWD, but NEHU is acting on its own due to urgency. Road repairs worth Rs 5.53 crore are underway, and solar street lights are being installed to improve night safety.
Angin itu lightly disrupt materi. Take away pengalak batai fish dan sai, take away dan bisi ke kampus, betul take away round yang kami academics. Jadi mentang nang lek ini, ngit sendu kepikiran ki tiar kita jom kontraktor, ngatrai tan sakumbah new prasni ada pendek gini suruk selesai. Men sisi ngan tam di ini lah sitio, mana minta lah stang dari train ini, yang speedy. Jadi ini ke first layer betul ya, ini beri orang kapian no, ke bituminous magadan. Jadi ke first layer ke ban level dia kena suruk malah selam tak leh ini kan ban leveling dan kan ban penjualan kan ada dia kena ke first layer dengan kebiang proses yang sangat ekstremis tapi the civilians bituminous base.
The Confederation of Meghalaya Social Organizations has demanded immediate approval of the Meghalaya Resident Safety and Security Act Amendment Bill 2020, terming it the only effective safeguard in the absence of the inner line permit. COMSO Chairman Roy Kupar Sindram said rising tension in Bangladesh, suspected illegal settlements and unregulated influx make urgent legal protection necessary. He urged the centre to clear the bill without delay while calling for heightened vigilance by police, BSF and district authorities.
We have issued a statement, an urgent statement, calling upon the state government of Meghalaya to take necessary actions and steps to ensure that these people who are being affected by the SIR activities in these states, particularly in West Bengal and Assam, they don't come and enter the state of Meghalaya. We understand that the people who are affected by SIR activities are mostly Bangladeshi illegal immigrants who have entered India illegally, particularly in the state of West Bengal and Assam. So if they are affected or they don't find opportunity to be included in the electoral roll in these particular 2 states, then they will obviously find a safe haven or a safe state for them to settle.
Talks between the Meghalaya government, cement companies and the Meghalaya Commercial Truck Owners and Drivers Association ended without agreement. Firms offered to raise the daily truck quota to 100 from today and 120 from December 1st, but MC Toda rejected it as inadequate. On transport rates, Deputy Chief Minister Sneo Bhalangdhar said a fixed interstate rate is not possible, but confirmed Rs 9 per kilometre within Meghalaya. MC Toda claimed firms backtracked on the rate and said members will decide the next move.
Previously, it was there 80 trucks for the local peoples every day within Meghalaya. And the last meeting and the other new association, MC Toda also request, why didn't you give us another 40 trucks? And today we have finalized both the cement plant manufacturer and from the associations, and they had agreed that they will give 120 as per the demand. And immediately, so 100 trucks will start from tomorrow itself, and another 20 additional, means 120 in total, they will start from 1st of October, and that is from December, and that is done. And number two, that time they raised about to fix the rate for the interstate movement also. And during the last meeting, AG was present with us, and he already seeks the permission from the meeting. So, okay, since the interstate rate may be not appropriate or rather appropriate, so I need to examine matter properly.
The All Jaintia Contractors and Suppliers Association has accused the Meghalaya government of delaying nearly rupees 700 crore in pending Jal Jeevan Mission JJM bills, some unpaid since 2019. AJCSA President Welcoming Langi said contractors are under financial distress and may move court if dues are not cleared. The association criticized officials for repeated assurances without action and noted that work inspections were completed years ago, making the center's fund release excuse unacceptable.
Idan kam ban kerpa di government bakin polite no ia ka bill jongi namar laka na pending na bon tli isna kat kam ka agreement namar kani ka JJM ka care ngi bai pat scheme JJM ga jisha ka dei ka central scheme dang bagi le imat agano ka dor ngim.
The Khasi Students' Union has urged the state government to take immediate action against alleged unauthorized settlements in Mahadev Khola and Maxwellton Estate. KSU General Secretary Donald V. Thaba said land earmarked for temple use and government revenue land is being misused, with illegal housing and trading growing unchecked. KSU has warned that poor sanitation, unchecked activities and inaction by authorities could worsen the situation and appealed to the law and revenue departments for urgent intervention.
See, in Mahadev Khola, as per the documents, as per the agreement, is that only a temple should be built, a temple. However, as with the passage of time, it was observed that buildings came up, trade is being carried out, and then, rented places are being given to people. So it has now become more or less like a colony of outsiders, and they are carrying out trade. That is all very illegal, because it is that place is being given only for a temple, not to carry out trades, and it has become a residential area. So we had again reminded the law minister to take necessary steps to evict all the illegal activities going on in Mahadev Khola, in which if the government will not be able to take any appropriate action, then the TSU will have to do the needful.
The Joint Action Committee of the Muster Roll Workers Union today submitted a memorandum to Chief Minister Conrad K. Sangma seeking an urgent meeting to discuss decisions taken at recent gathering at Malki Ground. Union General Secretary Bimper Langlindam said workers are demanding payment of revised floor rates from October 2023 and 2024, extension of retirement age beyond 65 and timely release of EPF after retirement. The union warned of a strike if the government fails to respond after December 10th.
Yake ke jing dawa ke jongi bon khat no se kamit jing kran haswa ka sikhotarik swat khotarik kumira kran ha apartrik tada omdan ganu ganu ke jing kran swat sikhotarik mut kandan kan ilagai ru ba kandan ke jing ya shong strike menabit kumangdaw mengpegnik Christmas apa kabar sekretariat.
Residents of Daistong village in East Jaintia Hills have strongly opposed the proposed cement factory by Sri Cement Limited, saying it threatens farmland, water sources and air quality. The Farmers Association of Nongkle Ilaka submitted a memorandum to the JHADC citing several concerns. They accused village authorities of issuing an NOC without consulting residents and ignoring objections submitted since October. Villagers vowed to continue protesting and have appealed to NGOs and the government to protect the environment and the means of livelihood. The Meghalaya State Pollution Control Board has scheduled a public hearing on the project for December 19th.
Hadin wada rai inang chong yang elaka wada yarak tilangi wayana company ta snai kala nit halum runsan wada nge haurat haryang yang I emlai din ajing rak ti yang I mandayu ya notice were me the step the program jori idukat yang isi yang elaka malam jore jeloi dua kadang lek you orang bak senang lagi, boleh lek jumpa yang akan dalam dari menjur pada.
Ka tahu buat cina ki jaga jaga cement factory, Januari ko nak senang yang I tang si kilometer le ko, ni day daw I kam ki kon yang ka senang percaya. At kam jo lek le dapat di cakap yang ketimun yang kami ka tahu, le you ki heli ki penthor ka ba sudah em. De ni day daw I kam ki kon yang ka senang yang I wadang im hai rap hai riang. Dang sahabat nete ni heli wapenda penbiang ya kabam kedi yang iwara cisnam.
RTI activist Reaching Sun Sianchai and advocate Kerlang Su submitted a 17-point reform proposal for the District Selection Committee or DSC to ensure fair and transparent recruitment. At a meeting chaired by DC Shivansh Avasti yesterday, all 17 reforms were accepted with some needing state approval. MLAs, MDCs and officials praised the constructive discussions. Siangshai urged students to prepare diligently, while Ksu stressed improved RTI compliance and ongoing monitoring to prevent future irregularities. Applicants expressed renewed confidence in the recruitment process.
Kidan hi ki point kiba mennehi directly hantu la agree ban le katkung gajing dawa gajongi ban pentrai kam. But kidan gisenjam kiba uang ba uhaban sim ya ka opinion dong personal department naswa benda iki. But hakabakudi minam kumbaong mari sing namtan. Hakata ka jingyalang don karai baki karai na chimang taiba baro ki kan utili kila pediang teng don ke benta ba ki hapan pan approval na ka state level na concerned department. Te ngila pensengero adum ka jingyalang ngila pensengero ya district UDC ba ano yang ida ka official communication ada debat ka minutes meeting.
The trial in the high-profile murder case of Indore businessman Raja Raghuvanshi continued today at Shillong Local Court. Witness Vipin Raghuvanshi, the victim's brother, was asked to identify accused Sonam Raghuvanshi, the victim's wife, and her alleged accomplice Raj Kushwaha. Charges have been framed against 5 accused, all pleading not guilty, as the court continues hearing the witnesses' testimony.
इसमें मेरे बयान थे कोर्ट में और मैं करीब कोर्ट में अभी तक जो है 3 बार पढ़ा चुका हूँ। मैं एक बार 11 नवंबर को आया था, एक 26 नवंबर को आया था और 27 नवंबर और आज जो 28 नवंबर है, आज मेरे बयान खत्म हो जाएंगे पूरे। और इसी बीच में जो है मेरे को जो है सोनम और राज इन दोनों को वीडियो कॉन्फ्रेंस द्वारा जो है मुझे शिनाख्ती के लिए पूछा गया था मेरे से, तो आप सोनम को बता सकते हो क्या? तो मैंने कहा सोनम को बता सकता हूँ मैं, क्योंकि सोनम को मैं बहुगुना स्टेशन लेके आया था और उसी ने मेरा ब्रेक मारा है, तो मैं उसको भूल सकता नहीं। तो फिर सोनम द्वारा जो है सोनम को भी जो है चापा यूपी द्वारा जो है सामने खड़ा किया गया था वीडियो कॉन्फ्रेंस में, इसलिए मुझे बताना था सोनम कौन है।
Meghalaya will observe World AIDS Day 2025 on December 1st at the State Convention Centre under the theme Overcoming Disruption, Transforming the AIDS Response. Chief Minister Conrad K. Sangma will attend the state-level program along with MLAs from East Khasi Hills. A biker rally will be flagged off as part of the awareness campaign. Speaking to the media today, MAX Project Director Dr. K.L. Yaubor said recent HIV detections are mainly linked to unsafe heterosexual activity. The state plans to expand HIV testing and opioid substitution therapy centers to reach remote areas.
This World's AIDS Day is celebrating in helping to support and to take our responsibility, you and me, to take the responsibility so that our commitment, our support towards those people living with this virus. This virus is very dangerous and it needs each one of us our responsibility to stop the transmission so that we can make our state, our country, HIV free by 2030.
Amid rising complaints of rash driving and overspeeding on the Nongpo-Umden stretch, Ribhoi Police, together with the Nongtulu Mathan Marmine Development Forum yesterday, conducted a road safety awareness program at Umden Playground to prevent accidents and improve driving discipline. The event followed concerns raised by Nongpo MLA Merulbon CM. Senior police officials, including SSP V.S. Rathore, demonstrated traffic rules through a mock drill for commercial drivers and the public. Police officials urged motorists to drive cautiously as road resurfacing work is expected to begin soon.
Kiba lese balawangat agi accident ne katukanne lese ne tilamangat hajinya tu maybe ilala ban yara tiki ingutar bikunta hamaman kapal ham ngiri yang surap ek abakin stonali ek abakin agency ni dari hajing perkhat laba da umum na hajing agency lese ya kayin kesam jungki ne parah na jungki beipa lese ilaban da hajing agency surap kalau bakal iki na accident.
News around the northeast. The Assam Legislative Assembly has passed the prohibition of polygamy bill, criminalizing a second marriage without legal divorce. The law prescribes up to 10 years in jail for concealing a prior marriage and up to 7 years for a second offence, with stricter punishment for repeat offenders. Clerics face fines up to Rs 1.5 lakh. The Act excludes 6th Schedule and tribal areas. Opposition and parties were divided, with AIUDF and CPIM opposing the bill.
We started that exercise 3 years back. 2023 sonor 12 May tarikhe Justice Simoti Rumi Kumar Fukon, Deposit Khoike Advocate General, Nolin Kohli Senior Additional Advocate General Government of Assam, Nekibur Jaman Senior Advocate Guwahati High Court of Loi, Ami ekhon committee gothon kori disilo. Aro ei committee khone publicly manuhor pa suggestion khujisile. Moi Ohomor Islam Samajok dhonnobad diu. Dukhon matro kagoj ahisile বহু বিবাহক সমৰ্থন কৰি বাকি সকলো আহি কৈছিল বহু বিবাহ বন্ধ হ'ব লাগে.
I look at the national news. Prime Minister Narendra Modi, during his visit to Sri Krishna Mutt in Udupi today, called on citizens to support 9 resolutions including water conservation, poverty upliftment, Swadeshi promotion, natural farming, millet-based diets, yoga and preservation of ancient manuscripts. Modi participated in Gita Parayana, inaugurated the gold-plated Tirtha Mantapa and was conferred the title of Bharata Bhagya Vidhata by the Portuguese year.
श्रीमद् भगवद गीता के मंत्रों की ये आध्यात्मिक अनुभूति और इतने सारे पूज्य संतों, गुरुओं की ये उपस्थिति मेरे लिए परम सौभाग्य है। मेरे लिए ये असंख्य पुण्यों को प्राप्त करने जैसा है। और जो मुझे सम्मान दिया गया, मेरे लिए जो भाव प्रकट किए गए, शायद मुझे इतने आशीर्वाद मिले कि मेरे लिए जो कहा जाता है मैं उससे योग्य बनूं और ज्यादा काम करूं और मुझसे जो अपेक्षाएं हैं उसे मैं पूर्ण करूं।
Union Commerce and Industry Minister Piyush Goyal said India's free trade agreements have widened business and investment opportunities and that talks are underway with 14 countries and blocs including the US and the European Union. Speaking at FICCI's 98th annual meeting in New Delhi, he said global companies have committed investments worth $100 billion to India and called for stronger R&D and industry participation. Goyal also added that Atmanirbhar Bharat has become a national mission under Prime Minister Narendra Modi's leadership toward a self-reliant India.
That the four-nation EFTA bloc, as a part of the FTA, committed to invest $100 billion in FDI, which will largely be innovation, which will largely be precision manufacturing. But that innovation in India, which will be probably at 1/5 the cost they would do it in Switzerland or in Liechtenstein or in the US or in Europe, which will happen at 1/5 that cost, will also need a mindset change. Different sectors of the economy, we realize that we still have a long way to go in terms of inculcating that spirit of inquiry in our youth. And I think if FICCI is taking this up as a mission, it'll really do India a lot of good. It'll really help spur growth, faster growth, greater investment in innovation.
News in and around the world. Days after a shooting near the White House allegedly involving an Afghan national, US President Donald Trump announced plans to permanently pause migration from what he termed third world countries. Posting on Truth Social, Trump said the move is aimed at sharply reducing what he called illegal and destabilizing populations, claiming earlier immigration policies hurt growth and living standards. The announcement came after 2 National Guard members were shot near the White House, with one later succumbing to injuries and the other in critical condition. A look at news around sports. Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Thursday hosted the Indian blind women's cricket team at his residence at Lok Kalyan Marg after the historic victory in the inaugural Blind Women's T20 World Cup in Sri Lanka. India defeated Nepal by 7 wickets in the final at Colombo to lift the trophy and remained unbeaten throughout the tournament. The Prime Minister congratulated the players and coaching staff, interacted with Captain Deepika and team members and offered sweets. The team gifted him an autographed bat as a token of gratitude. The District Sports Officer and East Jaintia Hills Administration felicitated state-level medal winners of the Inter-School Athletics Meet 2025 in Clariat. MLA Santa Mary Shilla and DC lauded the athletes, urged youth to avoid substance abuse and announced the first district games in 2026. Cash awards were presented to medal winners and coaches. During the program, the Clariat squash court was officially handed over to the District Sports Association.
This is an opportunity and And also this will encourage the other youth to move forward, to go to see that there are people who can achieve such kind of achievements, and your efforts and your hard work, you are getting all these things. So this, like what Sir said, we are really working hard in the sports department since you have seen unemployment in the district and in the whole of the country, especially in our area, there are a lot of unemployment. So we are involving the youth to play games with so many kinds of games. Now we are trying to also ask funds for making the swimming pool, and now that you're getting this squash court and also which is near diseases house.
Look at the weather report. In Tura, the minimum temperature stands at 14 degrees Celsius with the maximum temperature at 26 degrees Celsius. The relative humidity is 55%. Moving on to Shillong, the minimum temperature stands at 8 degrees Celsius, the maximum temperature at 21 degrees Celsius. The relative humidity is 51%. Lastly, in Jowai, the minimum temperature stands at 8 degrees Celsius, the maximum temperature at 21 degrees Celsius. The relative humidity is 50%. And the forecast in Tura, Shillong and Jowai says dry weather most likely. Before we conclude, a recap of the headlines. NEHU tightens campus safety after hit and run. Speed limit helmets, new lighting enforced. COMSO demand immediate Not to Safety Act amendment, cites ILP vacuum. All Jaintia Contractors and Suppliers Association demands ₹700 crore pending JJM bill since 2019. And Prime Minister Narendra Modi hosts Indian blind women's cricket team after historic T20 World Cup win. Dear viewers, with that we come to the end of the news bulletin. For more updates, join us tomorrow at the same time, same channel. Until then, goodbye.
But also humanity and culture. The Prime Minister unveiled the 77-foot bronze statue of Prabhu Sri Ram at Partagali. He also inaugurated a new Ramayana theme park garden and a 10,000 square foot museum dedicated to Lord Ram. Defence Minister Rajnath Singh today said that India believes in peace and dialogue but will not compromise on its sovereignty and the security of its citizens. Addressing the Chanakya Defence Dialogue in New Delhi today, Singh said that it is the blend of restraint and firmness of the Indian Armed Forces that manages the country's neighbourhood challenges, while contributing to regional stability. He said that the government has been taking consistent steps to make the Indian Armed Forces future-ready.
I thank the Indian Army and the Center for Land Warfare Studies for organizing this dialogue and for maintaining the continuity of such an important intellectual forum. This is a platform where the practical experience gained by our Army blends meaningfully with contemporary strategic thinking to shape our future strategies and policies. Friends, we are honored that the Supreme Commander of the Indian Armed Forces addressed this year's dialogue and offered her valuable guidance. I think the Honorable President's suggestions will guide and greatly benefit our armed forces. Friends, I had the opportunity to be part of this forum last year as well. At that time, discussions were held that development and security are not separate pursuits. They reinforce each other. That thought remains relevant today also. And this year also, we carry that discussion forward with the new theme of this dialogue, reform to transform Shasakt, Surakshit and Vikshit Bharat.
A patrol party of Assam Rifles was fired upon by unidentified militants near Saibol in Tenghopal district of Manipur along India-Myanmar border in the early morning hours of Friday. The militants reportedly used bombs and opened fire on the patrol team of Assam Rifles. According to a defense spokesperson, the patrol party returned fire in a controlled and cautious manner, keeping in mind civilian safety. Operations are underway and additional troops have been deployed into the area. The place of occurrence is a remote area where militants often move across the porous border with Myanmar. The trial in the high-profile murder case of Indore-based businessman Raja Raghuvanshi continued at a local court in Shillong. During the trial, witness Vipin Raghuvanshi, the victim's brother, was asked to identify murder accused Sonam Raghuvanshi, the wife of the deceased, along with her alleged accomplice Raj Kushwaha. The examination of Vipin Raghuvanshi, which began on November 11, is still underway. The proceedings follow the formal framing of charges against 5 accused, all of whom have pleaded not guilty, as the court continues to hear the witness testimony.
तो आप सोनम को बता सकते हो क्या? तो मैंने कहा सोनम को बता सकता हूँ मैं, क्योंकि सोनम को मैं बगोना से लेके आया था और उसी ने मेरा लेके मारा है, तो मैं उसको बोल सकता नहीं। तो फिर सोनम द्वारा जो है, सोनम को भी जो है चापा यूपी द्वारा जो सामने खड़ा किया गया था पूरे कैंपस में, उसलिए तो मुझे बताना था सोनम कौन है। मैंने सोनम को बताया, मैंने बताया गया उन्हें सोनम है, और ऐसे ही चापा लोगों द्वारा जो है मैं राज को बताना था मुझे, तो राज को बता सकते हो क्या? मैंने उसे बताना था, राज ये है।
Assam Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sharma on Friday launched a Prerona scheme which will empower 4.4 lakh HSLC appearing students with monthly stipends. The Chief Minister said the monthly stipends would help the class 10 students in their studies, reducing dropouts and boosting their confidence. He further said that the state government would continue investing in a brighter future for every child.
हमारे जो मैट्रिक का परीक्षार्थी होते हैं, उनमें कोई परीक्षार्थी काफी गरीब परिवार से आते हैं, किताब नहीं होते हैं, नोट्स बुक नहीं होते हैं, और परीक्षा का प्रारंभ में अगर कोई चाहे कि एक दूध भी पिया जाए, वो भी पीने के लिए घर में पैसा नहीं होते हैं। तो इसलिए असम गवर्नमेंट ने एक नया स्कीम आज से लॉन्च किया है कि हम सारी मैट्रिक परीक्षार्थी को महीना 300 रुपया देते जाऊंगा जब तक उनका परीक्षा कंप्लीट नहीं होते। आगे जाके कॉलेज में उनको हम लोग फ्री एडमिशन भी दिलाऊंगा, और हमारा पास छात्रियों के लिए और प्रभावी स्कीम है, जो स्कीम का आधार पर उनको महीना 1000 रुपया तक भी स्कॉलरशिप मिलेगा।